The United States collapsed in the 2020s, and 50 new countries were added to the world. The Dakotas, just like the Carolinas, were always divided. For instance, both states entered the Union at the same time, and many argued if the Dakotas should unite or not. Apparently, at that time, many were against a unified Dakota. So ever since 1889, the Dakotas were divided. In the United States at this time, many liked what was happening in Carolina, and many supported a unified Carolina. They wanted to see the same thing happening to the Dakotas. So polls were taken and many were supportive of a unified Dakota. The South Dakotans were not so happy by this. North and South Dakota may have a lot in common, but when it comes to guns, the South is pro-gun and the North is pro-gun control. Feeling that their rights may be restricted by a unified Dakota, the South rebelled and demanded to stay out of a unification. The South Dakotan legislature later gave in and agreed that South Dakota would not be taking a part in unification. This angered the North, as they desired a pro-unified Dakota to invade South Dakota in response. In 2030, Northern forces began sending their men down the Missouri River, as the river would cut through Pierre and then they would win the war. But the South Dakotans had more people and were stronger, and they crushed the North Dakotans in the first battle. So the Northern forces asked Minnesota for help, which was in favor of a pro-unified Dakota to lessen their relations to the West. The Minnesotans did not desire to go to war, but agreed to start border strikes on the South Dakotan border, making it a distraction. With the Minnesotan distraction, this made it easier for the Northern forces to cross through the Missouri, and eventually Pierre was captured. The Southern forces refused to surrender, though hoping that they could create an encirclement and recapture Pierre. But the encirclement was not possible, and the Southern forces would waste their time trying, and this would help the Northern forces take the whole river and divide the South. They would begin pushing further into South Dakota by all directions. Seeing that victory was not possible, the South surrendered in 2031. South Dakota would unite with North Dakota, and the state of South Dakota would be established. The Dakotans would establish friendships with the Minnesotans, and the Dakotans would support the Minnesotans at war with Wisconsin in the Minnesotan-Wisconsinite War.